Hello and welcome to another video. In this video I'm gonna do the review on my canvas unit that I have on my Elegoo Centauri Carbon 1. So I've had it pretty much exactly 1 month now and I've printed for about 40 hours with it. I can also show you the poop bin that I printed, because like I said in the last video, the one I had designed before wasn't that good, so I redesigned it and now it fits perfectly in between the canvas plug and the power plug. So I'll link this in the description. I've also linked it in the description of the last video where I unboxed the canvas and installed it. And I've started to save these poops from the multicolor prints, so I might be able to use them in the future if the filament recycling systems get cheaper for personal use or like home grade stuff. Creality has released, or I think it's still in pre-order, but they will release a filament recycler, but it's like, I think it was over 1,000 euros plus that you need the shredder as well, which was like the same price, I think. So in those 40 hours that I've used it, I've had a few problems, but most of them have been software bugs. That seems to be pretty normal when using Elegoo printers, because there seems to be a lot of software bugs. The most common one that I've seen a lot of other people have as well is that when the canvas is supposed to load, it unloads instead. But I haven't really had that problem the last 3 weeks. It was just in the beginning, so I don't know what fixed that, but that's good at least. And then I've also had a problem with the 4:1 hub, that when it prints, I think you can hear this. I'm gonna take my mic so you can hear it closer. So it sounds like this when it prints. It squeaks a lot and it's pretty annoying, and I don't really know what the problem is. As you can see, I've already replaced the PTFE tubes as well, and I've shortened them down so that the angle wouldn't be too sharp, and I don't think it is. But also when they come from this angle, it's easier for it to push down on the left side here. If they would come more from straight up, you wouldn't really hear the sound that much, so that would be better. But I can't really do much about that because I can't shorten them more than I've already done, because then they can't reach here. As you can see, it's already probably too tight, so I can't shorten them more. And if it's too tight, then I'll just install back the original ones, because I've saved them, of course. So yeah, after some problems, the upgrade doesn't seem as much as a no-brainer as you might think it is for the 45 euros or dollar price. And I would say if you don't really need the canvas and multi-material or multicolor printing on the same layer, then I wouldn't recommend getting it, because all the upgrades and the more stuff you add, the more likely it is that you get problems and errors, and this isn't really a perfect system. But other than that, I haven't had any other problems that I can think of right now. So if you're willing to do troubleshooting in case you need it and you want to do some multicolor prints, then I would recommend it, because it's still a really good price. I can also show you some multicolor prints that I've done if I have enough space on the table. So here's a little 3D map of my city, and it's from miniskyline.com, and I'll link the website in the description. And you can customize it however you want, really, all the colors and layers, and you can also do the terrain in 3D, so like if here would be a hill, it would be taller. And I've also tried doing that and it turned out pretty good. And I found this website from Uncle Jesse's YouTube video, so I'll link that one in the description as well. And I also took a timer and timed the purging process, and when it switches color, and from stopping until it continued printing with another color, it took from 40 seconds to 1 minute and 45 seconds depending on how many times it poops, because most of the time it just poops twice, but I think when the color is much more different, so from black to white for example, it poops 5 times, so then it takes a bit longer. But I also discovered that both the grams and the time estimations in the Elegoo slicer are accounting for the poop time and grams as well, because I measured the poop, the print and the purge tower, and then it added up to about the estimated grams in the slicer, and also the time that it took to print, including the poop time and purging time, was a bit shorter than the estimated time in the slicer. So that might be nice to know that it accounts for that as well. For a conclusion, I would say I do recommend it if you want multicolor and if you know the basics of troubleshooting with 3D printers. You might be lucky and not really get any problems, and if it's a firmware bug you can't really do anything about it anyway. And the hardware problems that I've had might be because of the riser. I can't say that it isn't because of that, so I don't really know. You might not have any troubles if you don't do the riser, if you just use the original hardware. And if you don't really need to do multi-material, I don't think you need to get the canvas, because like I said, when you add stuff there's always a bigger chance of getting troubles and errors. So yeah, I think that was all for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.